Hello, music lovers and pop culture aficionados. Perez Hilton here, and the 2019 VMAs just finished. I am coming at you with my hot take on all of the performances. The VMAs were held this year in New Jersey, and I will let you know my critique of every performance, as well as my favorite and least favorite performance of the night. I'm curious to hear if they match up. I think they should, because to me, the best was clearly the best of the evening, and the worst was clearly the worst of the evening. I'm also going to share with you my thoughts on the pre-show, but before I get to any of the musical performances, we have to talk about the host, Sebastian, I think his name is, something. This comedian was so unfunny, painful. For most of his shtick, it seemed like he was trying to do Andrew Dice Clay, which if you're a young person watching this, you probably don't know Andrew Dice Clay, but Andrew Dice Clay is that, only the original. So this felt like an imitation. He did not add much of anything to the show. This was a huge look for this guy and a missed opportunity. I don't know what happened, if he did it all himself, if he didn't hire a great team to help him. If that would have been me, and if MTV didn't give me the budget to hire a writer's room, I would have hired one with my own money to make sure that I hit a home run. I cannot think of a single memorable joke or bit that he did. There have been non-comedians. There have been so many better hosts in the past. A hostless show is better than one with an awful host. And I think this guy was awful. Let me know what you guys think. So, leading up to the show, there were a few VMAs pre-show performances, starting off with Ava Max, whom has not lived up to her potential yet. And I say that with love because I am a fan of Ava Max. Sweet But Psycho was a huge hit globally, and it did go top 10 in America. She's not living up to her potential on radio, with streaming, and with this performance. It felt like she was over singing, maybe to compensate for the backing track. And a lot of backing track was a major problem with a lot of the performances at the VMAs. I'll rush through the pre-show because maybe not everybody watched it. CNCA performed, and they should have been on the main show. CNCA needs to cross over. CNCA is so good. Ay, Dios mío. I'm going to have my mom say a prayer. Me too. And because I'm me, I like to match my outfit. May CNCO perform at the VMAs main show next year, 2020. They are the boy band we deserve. Giving us representation, giving us dancing, giving us good songs. Sorry, BTS. Not sorry. And then the final pre-show performer was Megan Thee Stallion, whom is a star. A star. I don't care if she writes her own raps or not. In fact, I would prefer that she didn't. I just want her to come out with big bangers, huge hits. Her label, it is their responsibility now to get her those songs and make Megan Thee Stallion the next Megan Thee Stallion. Because Cardi B's still successful. Nicki Minaj is over, but Cardi's here. There's room for Megan Thee Stallion to come up and shine. So hopefully her label seizes that opportunity. All right, on to the main show. Taylor Swift. I'm going to do this in chronological order of who started first and then each performance after. Taylor opened the show with You Need to Calm Down, which was cute. I liked that she had a lot of the people in the music video. I liked that she did some choreography. But you could tell that it wasn't her tour. When Taylor's doing her tour, she has rehearsed and gotten everything in her body for so long that she slays and delivers. The VMAs performance with You Need to Calm Down was good and confident, but it wasn't just, it was a solid B and not an A+. Then Lover, she got behind the guitar. To me, she really shines when she's got an instrument, whether it be the piano or the guitar. And I loved Lover. That was a solid A-, not an A or an A+, but it was good. It was very good. Lover, loved that. After that, Shawn Mendes, who, gave a very typical Shawn Mendes performance. Good, solid. If I Can't Have You. I like that it was amped up by production on MTV's part, really making use of that LED screen on the stage, and no complaints. I was expecting the Camilla performance to be kind of a medley, but I'm glad that they gave that its own moment. After Shawn Mendes, spoiler alert, the best performance of the evening, Lizzo. Lizzo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She shined so bright. And here is why she was the best, in my opinion. Because she wasn't acting confident. She wasn't presenting confidence like Taylor Swift was. She was confident. There's a difference. And this is no diss to Taylor. Taylor was presenting confidence. Lizzo was giving us confidence. And just being her. And she was having so much fun on that stage with her little medley, which I wish she would have been given more time because she was 100% that good. Hella good. It was, she's already a star. I wouldn't even call it a star-making performance. It was a star-verifying performance. But it did surprise me that she was the best of the evening. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I hope Lizzo is still not mad at me. Lizzo was mad at me in either 2015 or 2016, one of those years, because she was the MTV's VMAs red carpet co-host, and I had no idea who she was back then. And I think I'm a pretty plugged in person. And I was like, who is this girl on the red carpet? And then she responded something sassy. And I just hope she knows that was no diss. I had no idea who she is, but I know who she is now, and so does everybody else. And she was amazing. After that was the Jonas Brothers. They did a medley as well of Sucker and Human. I loved the Jonas Brothers' performance at the Billboard Music Awards earlier this year. That was their big comeback performance, and it was awesome. There was pyro. It felt big. It felt special. Nothing about the Jonas Brothers VMAs performance felt special to me. Not even how they looked. How casually was Nick dressed? Joe, I guess, was okay, and fine, they put a little leather jacket on Kevin. They need a new stylist. And they just needed to put more pizzazz or not. Maybe you liked it. It wasn't bad. It just didn't feel special to me. After the Jonas Brothers, spoiler alert, the worst performance of the evening, that belonged to Lil Nas X by far. He was an embarrassment. I didn't feel bad for him. Well, maybe I do. He was clearly lip syncing his entire song. You would think somebody on his team or him would say, hey, don't lip sync. But maybe he just couldn't pull it off live. Maybe he doesn't have what it takes. Maybe Old Town Road was... Although, you know what? Do you even need to sing live? You don't need to sing live. Just maybe don't do live performances or live TV shows. If people don't care and they keep streaming your music without watching you perform on TV, then congrats. But I guess it also depends on the situation, because I'll get to more of the lip syncing and issues later, but visually the Lil Nas X was cool. I liked the futuristic thing. It just, he's no Britney Spears. You should have been singing live. Sorry. After that was Missy Elliott, who lip synced, I would say, the majority of her performance. Some of it was live, but the majority of it wasn't. And not only was the majority of Missy's big Vanguard Award performance lip synced, but she wasn't even on stage for most of it. Or at least the camera wasn't on her. That was a big fail. You either had to have done your outfit changes quicker, or don't do them, or do them on stage, or or film you backstage changing. I don't know, but she was gone for so much of it. And that was the first time Missy had performed in a while. That was a major disappointment to me. After that was Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, who gave my second favorite performance of the night, even though I was very let down when they did not kiss at the end. I don't get that. We all know they're dating. They're dating. They were holding hands when they went to accept an award after that performance. Why not give us what we wanted? They got so close. They got so close to kissing. I watched some of the audience cam footage. Everybody in the audience was so like, when they didn't kiss. We were expecting it. We were wanting it. We needed it. But they left me wanting more. And maybe they'll kiss at the Grammys next year if they get to perform this song, or the American Music Awards or something. Hopefully the Grammys. This song to me is one of the record of the years, clearly. Loved it. Camila really brought out the best in Shawn. Camila is such a superstar. From the very first moment I saw her in the Señorita performance, I was like, I'm dead. I'm dead. She's the Beyonce of Fifth Harmony. No diss to Normani. We'll get to Normani later. But Camila just shines so bright. All right, after Shawn Mendes was Miley Cyrus. And did anybody else get a feel? I'm trying to be very careful of how I word this, because I don't want to comment. I'm not commenting. Miley appeared to be very unhealthy to me. I'll phrase it that way. In many ways, did she give me this aura of unhealthiness. She performed her new song, Slide Away, and vocally she sounded great. But for some reason, the performance didn't land. She sounded great, but maybe, I don't know. I can't quite. I wasn't expecting her to have fun. It's not a song where you have fun, but it didn't connect. It didn't land. And I don't know why. Maybe her heart wasn't in it. Maybe her brain wasn't in it. Maybe she was distracted. I'm not sure. She sounded great, but there was something about it where it just wasn't a home run for me. Her girlfriend, Caitlin Carter, was there providing emotional support for Miley. She was seen in the backstage cam just before Miley went on stage. Like I said, not bad, but it just didn't smash it for me. After Miley was Rosalia, who did smash it. Rosalia! I love that Spaniard. Salud, mami, lo hiciste, felicidades, eres todo un orgullo de España. I loved it. Rosalia is such a star. And I love that, they're almost bigger stars singing in Spanish than trying to cross over and sing in English. Like, Rosalia may not work in English. She doesn't need to work in English. Same with, Maluma. Maluma tried to do some songs in English and it didn't work, but he's still crushing it globally in Spanish. I love that. After Rosalia, so I would say Rosalia was my third favorite performance of the evening since I'm ranking them. Then after Rosalia, this may surprise you, was my fourth favorite performance of the evening, Her. Let me tell you so much why I loved Her. Because it was so cool, but not in a pretentious way and not in a try-hard way. And clearly there was effort there, but it seemed effortless. To me, Her is so much more Prince personified than Janelle Monáe. That may be controversial. Janelle Monáe is great live, but to me, this performance from Her it was amazing. After that was Normani, and Normani may have suffered from... Normani was a solid A-, maybe B+. No, A-. Normani was great, okay? But she may have actually over-rehearsed to the point where it almost felt like she was going through the motions. And she also relied too much on backing track and maybe lip syncing. She was singing live at points. I mean, phenomenal dancing. And I loved that it was an homage, it felt like to me, to Britney Spears in a lot of it. But it just lacked the fire. Like, Camila had that fire and didn't have to try that hard. And I love Normani. And I like that song. I don't love the song. I like the song. I think maybe she over-rehearsed. It wasn't electric, the performance. But I liked it a lot. I'll stick with an A-. It was an A-. You know who surprised me the most, though? Big Sean. I would say first was Lizzo. Second was Shawn and Camila. Third was, what did I say? I don't know. We'll give it to Rosalia. Yeah. Whatever. My fourth favorite was Her. My fifth favorite was Big Sean. I was so pleased and surprised with the Big Sean performance. Once again, he was having fun. He even was dancing, even though he's not known for his dancing or not even the best dancer, but I loved it. And I love that he went through the audience and it was interactive and it got me hype. And it was a song that I didn't even know. That is also a sign that it was a great performance. I was vibing to a song I didn't know. Excellent job, Big Sean. J Balvin and Bad Bunny, not bad. Solid beat. I loved the production of it, even if it felt a little similar to his Coachella performance, but that's his vibe, his aesthetic. It was memorable. I loved that. I just did not down with that song. I never, I every day recommend music in my listen to this section on my website, and I never recommended that song because it's just an okay song. It's not a banger. I was a little bummed that J Balvin didn't do Con Altura with Rosalia because that's a banger. But it wasn't bad. And then closing out the show was Redman, Wyclef Jean, Fetty Wap, Naughty by Nature, all good. But Queen Latifah stole that last performance, reminding us that she really is a queen. And remember what I said about Lizzo being confident? Queen Latifah, also confident. And not faking it, not pretending to be confident. Just owning that stage, owning that song, owning that moment that she got to shine and give herself the props that she deserves. Overall, the host sucking really made it not so great, but they got some good talent this year, and I was pleased with the VMAs, and I hope that you guys are pleased with my recap. I tried to get it up for you as soon as possible. If you enjoyed it, super chat me. You're going to have about a minute left to super chat me. If you enjoyed it, or didn't, or agreed or disagreed, let me know in the chat or the comment section down below. Tweet this to your favorite artists or anybody that I mentioned, either positively or negatively. I don't care. Turn this into clips. Make it go viral. Turn me into GIFs. Put this on every form of social media. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not following me here. Follow me on my family channel as well on YouTube, The Perez Hilton. If you like me, I'm very enjoyable and can make a personalized video for you. You can order that at starsona.com/Perez Hilton. Sign up for my newsletter at pereznewsletter.com. Listen to me be totally raw and uncensored on my podcast, the Perez Hilton Podcast with Chris Booker. You can hear that on Apple Podcasts or directly at perezpodcast.com. Follow me on Instagram, the Perez Hilton. The website is Perez Hilton. And make sure that you're reading perezhilton.com daily. And remember, I know what I'm talking about. Hello, I am surrounded by artists that have shown me props and respect. Even one of the VMAs performers tonight, the Jonas Brothers, really, look, made out to me, Perez Hilton. I love you. I thank you. 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 Con altura. Mwah. I'll see you guys tomorrow.